I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, streaming January 25th, only on Netflix.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events. Ann Harder here, and the beautiful Dinah Mills here,
Hello.
who is PR, public relations, and all the fun stuff that's going on with the Salvation Army.
Yes, that's
Now,
right.
we had a chance not too long ago to really talk in depth about the work of the Salvation Army. This is just a quick way for you to know about ways you can help serve as a
Absolutely.
volunteer.
Right.
Lots of stuff happening this fall.
We do. We have a lot of stuff happening. We are already starting on our Christmas events, but I wanted to kind of put a call out and ask for help at our community kitchen. You know, we serve 365 days out of the year. Rain, snow, snowmageddon, doesn't matter. We are always
You're there.
But we've got some really odd open spots that we've not ever had in the future, and it's a Saturday night and Sunday mornings. And so they can just go on to the Waco Salvation Army website, click volunteer, it opens up a page, and you'll just go through, and if it has a 0, that means we need some help.
That means you need help.
That means we need help. And it's Saturday and Sunday mornings. I know Sunday mornings can be difficult for people, but
Yeah.
we actually do a church service on that morning. So we actually need more help than usual. And so we'd love to have some people just kind of step up, and even some churches. Hey, we'll own that Sunday, or we'll
Sunday
take
school class,
Yes,
volunteer,
exactly.
maybe regularly would be great.
Yeah, it would be fabulous.
What's involved? I mean, what will
It's a-
these volunteers be
it's
asked to do?
Yeah, it's a 2-hour service
Okay.
time, so it doesn't take any time at all. You come in, the food is already cooked. All
Yeah,
you
so
have
they're
to do,
not peeling
Nope, not
potatoes
doing
and-
anything like that. You're just serving the meal into a plate, a container, and then handing it to them, maybe speaking to them. And then when we get done with that, it's a 30-minute process to actually serve. And then we clean up and boom, we're out of there. So it's a super quick service. It's very rewarding. And if you haven't done anything like that before, it's a really good experience.
Yeah, it's putting hands and feet to the gospel,
Absolutely.
if you will.
Yes, because we work for the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. The Salvation Army does so much in the community. Of course, one of the iconic things is the red kettle.
Yeah.
And you always need volunteers for that.
Absolutely. So Red Kettle starts around November 11th, and we go all the way through the day before Christmas and stop ringing at
Right.
that point. But
I've rung many times in front
yes,
of
well,
Dillard's.
we'd love for you to ring again. So we are looking for volunteers to ring those bells. We have so much fun doing that. We love posting pictures
Well,
of
and
our
it's
volunteers.
fun for me.
Yes.
When I'm ringing a bell and I see a mom or a dad and they hand a little folding bill to the child
kids
to come to teach them
Yes,
the
to
art
give.
of giving.
Yes,
And the
yes.
joy that they get.
Yeah, and so we have fun groups that dress up. They wear hats. They even play music. We had this one group last year that, like, if you gave money, they did a little dance for you.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, so it's just anything that you want to do. We have a group that's been serving since 1976, and they serve every year at the very first Saturday of the kickoff. And
That's
so we
their
just,
thing.
yeah, we love having those guys available. But we're always looking for new groups. It's a great opportunity to not network, but to get to know your team a little better, even in a very unusual situation, because it's such a sweet and generous and kind situation. You know, people are just so thankful for you standing out there and ringing the bell for the Salvation Army. And then most people know what we do. It's amazing. And so they put the
Well,
money.
and how crucial that money is.
Yeah.
And that's raised. Do you have an idea of how much normally is raised through a kettle campaign?
So last year was 180, and
Wow.
we're going to shoot for 185 this year.
Oh,
so
my
that's our goal.
goodness.
Yep, it's a lot of money.
It
But
is.
that really just gets us through a little bit of the next year. We're serving 60 to 70 dinners and breakfasts a day. We have a food pantry and all of our social services as well. So it keeps us going through the first of the year.
Yeah.
Yep. So the need never stops. The ask is always there. We always need volunteers and we always need donations as well. So
Now you have kind of a little fun twist with the mayors. Tell me about
yeah,
that.
so we kind of asked Mayor Dylan Meek if he would engage in a mayoral challenge. And that is just so that, all the mayors in the surrounding areas can compete. And it's per capita, so nobody's, favored because Waco is a bigger city or anything like that. And we just like to have a little challenge and see if they would like to step up to the plate and see if they can get their community involved and do something like that. The big cities do the mayoral challenge. They do a firefighter versus police.
Oh, yeah. That's always fun.
So there's all kinds of fun ways that we can change what we're doing and make it a little different each year. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to that. So whatever mayors are out there, we're about to call you.
Yeah, be listening.
Be listening.
Yeah, coming up kind of right away. The Iron Man. Tell me about your involvement with the Iron Man.
Yeah, so the Iron Man
is that
event.
a triathlon?
It's a triathlon, right? And so this year is a half Ironman, and it's on Sunday, October 15th. We actually do a run station, and so what we do is we set out food, we set out water, but we need volunteers to help do that. That's not our typical thing that we do.
Yeah.
But Ironman actually gives us a grant for helping. Yeah, they give all the nonprofits who are there a small grant for helping out. And I mean, that's fabulous. We love
Yeah.
that. And we love to help the community do things too. We want to give back as well. And so we're about at our half goal for volunteers for that. We need about 18 more people to sign up.
I was going to say, if any spouses of participants,
Absolutely.
you're going to be there anyway.
Yes. And we need some muscles too, because
Yeah.
unfortunately, some of our guys are going to be doing church that morning, our major gym.
Right.
And
right.
so
It's a
I
Sunday.
need some muscles to help me pull some tables off a big truck.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and then after that, it's just fun, and we have an air conditioned canteen. So, whereas you might go to another station, ours has air conditioning and we have a refrigerator for water and food, and you will be treated nicely at the Salvation Army. But you have to look through the volunteer page. And actually that is, through us as well on our website too.
yeah. It's a beautiful website
Yes,
too. Very
thank you.
easy. And if you'd like to just donate, maybe you can't
click it.
physically or whatever.
Yep. Just click to-
Volunteer.
yep.
There's what other ways to help.
Thrift
Like
store. There's all
money,
kinds
always.
of opportunities. Yes, ma'am.
Always works. Well, we are getting closer to Christmas. The weather may not feel like it, but we are. And so Toys for Tots. That's another
Toys
big
for
thing
Tots. Yep. So we've already had, we haven't had our first meeting, but we have our first conversations about it. And actually, the flyers are going out to some of the schools in about a week and a half. And so that process is a really long process, because we're not just giving away toys, we're identifying families who also need help. So we send out the flyers, they come in, they make an appointment, and then they come back and we figure out what all do they need. And then we get the push out, hey, now we need toys. So,
Yeah.
it's a great program. People love to help with that. The Marine Corps, this is their program. And then KW.
absolutely.
Yeah, and then KWTX. partners.
KWTX has always been a big partner.
Yeah,
in
so
Toys for Tots.
and it's so much fun, and the kids are just thrilled, to get
yeah,
those presents.
to be able to have those that otherwise mom and dad might not be able to.
Yep.
To be able to swing it financially, inflation and so forth, that people's budgets are really strained
Yep.
to the limit.
Yeah. So grocery shopping and shopping for toys. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to pick
Yeah.
the food, or you're going to
Yeah.
pick the toys? And so we need people to step up and help these families have a good Christmas.
Well, you've been with the Salvation Army how long? Not long.
It's coming up on a year in like
A year.
in
All
a
right,
week.
coming
Yeah.
up on a year.
Yeah.
Okay, your big takeaway in this first 12 months or so that you've been with this wonderful organization.
Oh my gosh, just that people are so willing to help and that everybody really does just come aboard and help us out when we're in times of need. And then the other thing is that, we have some issues to work through as a society. I mean, I don't just mean here, I mean all over the world.
Yeah.
In dealing with how do we treat these people with respect, how do we try to get some of them out of the situation that they're in and move them out of homelessness. I mean, some of them, may not ever happen but that's why we're here, because we're helping them through whatever process that they want to go through. So,
Yeah, it's such an important work, and it's such a historic organization.
Yeah.
We kind of got into the history
Yeah.
last time we visited.
I have a magnet on my refrigerator. It's the Salvation Army's shield. I'm sorry, I meant to bring one today to show you. But it's Charles Booth who started the
Correct.
Salvation Army, and it says "Changing Lives Since 1865,"
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
that is a great slogan because
Isn't
really,
it?
yeah, I mean, because that's exactly what happened. He just said, "Hey, what are we going to do about these people?" And then immediately they just started, raising money for food to feed the
Yeah.
homeless,
And that, of course, in England.
yeah, in England.
Where it started. But what I have seen over my years working in news and having disasters of all
Yes.
kinds, natural disasters or whatever, some man-made disasters, but people want to help. I mean,
Yeah.
certainly in Central Texas they want to help, and what a great way to be able to do that, but through the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
So the best way, Dinah, for folks to be able to sign up to help.
They can go to our website, which is really long, so I'm just going to say Google the Salvation Army Waco website, and boom, there we are at the very top. They can also just reach out to me at our phone number, 756-7271, area code 254, and I'd love to talk to anybody and everybody about opportunities that we
Well,
have.
lots of great events coming
Yeah,
up
super
that the
excited.
Salvation Army is very much a part of,
Yep.
and you can be part of it too.
Yes, thank
Just
you.
sign up and help them out. Dinah,
Yes,
thank you so
thank
much.
you so
Thank you
much.
for all you're doing through the Salvation Army.
Absolutely.
And thank you for being with us for Central Texas Events. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.